All right, so you guys already know this, but the goal of my YouTube channel is to help you guys avoid the same mistakes that I have made, to help you get from point A to point B as quick as possible. And in today's video, what I want to do is break down a massive mistake that I made that cost me tens of thousands of dollars. And no, it wasn't me running out of stock. It was something a lot worse than that. We're going to be breaking down inside my screen exactly what happened and how you guys can avoid it moving forward. So stay tuned. So now let's talk about that big mistake that cost me tens of thousands of dollars. It's something that we don't talk about enough, and I'm going to explain everything in detail, and it has to do with indexing. This might be your first time ever hearing of the word indexed or index checker, but it's going to be game changer if you guys are having the same issue that I was having, and it's something that you guys should be constantly checking on your listings just to make sure that things are going smoothly. If I would have done this literally at the time that I noticed the problem, I would have been able to solve it a lot quicker, and I didn't, and so it resulted in literally tens of thousands of dollars lost because I didn't check this one thing. So let me kind of break down what happened. I'll kind of give you guys and paint you the picture of exactly what happened. It's a product that I was selling. It's been one of my best sellers for many years. During Q4, I was selling like 100, 300 units a day, just absolutely crushing it, which was to be expected for that particular product. Come January, things started to really slow down, and I didn't really think much of it. I was like, it's January, things are slowing down. Things are just slow because it's done with Q4. The holiday shopping is over. Come February, I was like, this is like really slow. Like, what's going on? And I just kind of got carried away. I started doing different things, and I came back to it, and I was like, man, this is really, really slow come March. And I just was kind of lost, and I was like, why is this product all of a sudden not selling? And I kind of thought to myself, I was like, maybe competition just came in, and I started checking different keywords, and I was like, sure enough, there was more competition. They were ranking for keywords, and I wasn't ranking. And I was like, man, I just literally got destroyed overnight. And I didn't really know why, because I have over 3,000 reviews. It's an amazing product. Things were going extremely well. Competitive price. Like, I thought I was doing everything right. And so then that is when it led me down different rabbit holes of trying different things to see, hey, what is going on? So the first thing that I tried, you guys have seen my videos where I talk about Helium 10 Cerebro. What I did is I put my own ASIN into Cerebro. When I did the check, the keywords that I was ranking for, my position rank was just crap. And I was like, what just happened? Literally overnight, I lost all of my ranking. And so I was like, okay, well, I gotta pump more PPC and get my ranking back up. So I took those keywords, I put them into PPC, and I had extremely high bids, and Amazon just was not showing my product, and there was nothing that I could do, jacking up my PPC prices, trying different keywords. My PPC campaigns were just not showing. And so there was another month of me just trying this, and I was just hitting my head up against the wall, and come to find out, it was one stupid mistake that I could have avoided literally from the beginning, but I just didn't even it didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even think that this was an issue, and it has to do with indexing. So now let's talk about indexing and what being indexed actually means. And essentially all it means is that your product is searchable. And I thought that my product was searchable because I had all the keywords in my title. I had it in the bullet points. I was ranked organically first page, page 1, position 1 for years for these different keywords, and then all of a sudden overnight something happened, and I should have known right then and there that when that happened something was off. And sure enough, it was because literally overnight my product was not being indexed. And so what I ended up doing is I used a tool called Helium 10 Index Check. And so you guys do need to have this software tool, and it is included in the Helium 10 Platinum plan. So I'll put the link down below. You guys can get 50% off for the first month or 10% off for life. But you guys do need this tool. This is just kind of an additional tool. There's literally like 20 plus tools that are included. But if you come over here, we'll come to listing optimization, and you'll come right here to index checker. And so what you do is you put in your ASIN right here, and then you enter in the keywords that you're trying to rank for, or that you should be ranking for, to see whether or not you are actually searchable or indexed on Amazon. So I'll show you guys an example of this product right here. So it's this book stand, and I threw in the ASIN, I put in some keywords, and sure enough, they are indexed for all these different keywords. And so that's what I ended up doing, is I put my ASIN and I put the different keywords that I should be ranking for, and I literally was not indexed for anything. And I was like, what is going on? And this is what it looks like when you're not indexed. It just shows that you're not indexed. It shows one check mark if you are indexed for a certain keyword, and then it just shows this dash if you're not indexed. And so I literally 100 keywords, I was not indexed, and I was like, what is going on? Like, they're in my keywords, they're in my bullet points. So I call Amazon and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, I don't know. And I did some more digging, and this took me forever to figure out. Obviously, I knew the issue of the problem. I created a case to Amazon saying, hey, like, why am I not ranking for these keywords? And they didn't really have an answer. Like, they were just like, like, do this. And I was like, it's not working. And I kept going back and forth. And this was like months. Like, I was trying to figure this out. And I go into my inventory. I go into my Amazon seller account. I go to my listing and I hit edit. And I see that the category that they have listed and what's showing inside my account is completely off. And so they were displaying one category here and then another category over here, and it was conflicting the data. And so I reached out to Amazon and I was like, hey, the category is showing this, but this is this. And they're like, oh, like, and they fixed it literally instantly. And overnight, all of a sudden, I was indexed for every single keyword. Overnight, they just fixed it. And I was like, this literally took me months of figuring this out, and I had no idea what was going on. And it was a simple, hey, the category was off, and it allowed me, like, I figured out the issue because of the index checker. I thought I was doing everything right, and now looking back on it, that explains why I was having so many issues with ranking, why my PPC campaigns were not showing. And so a lot of times people ask me, hey, why am I not ranking? Why is my PPC not showing? And it could be because you are not indexed for certain keywords. So let me kind of show you guys examples of how we're going to kind of get around this and make sure that you guys are indexed, because this is super important. And if you guys don't do this and you guys are having the same issue that I have, you're leaving, at least with my product, tens of thousands of dollars just on the table because I couldn't figure this out. So let's come over here, and this might sound super silly and might sound stupid, and you're like, hey, Trevin, like, I thought you sell on Amazon and you've been doing this since 2017. And dude, I'm learning every single day, and I did not think that this was an issue because everything checked out, and I was like, what is going on? So it is a learning lesson. It does suck to have this mistake, but at the same time, I'm learning from it, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate that. And again, like the video, subscribe if you guys are new, drop a comment. It really means a lot. So let's come over here. And again, if you guys don't have Helium 10, you guys need Helium 10. And so what I want to show you guys is I search for the keyword book stand, and we have a bunch of different book stands that come up. We have wood ones, we have plastic ones, we have acrylic ones, we have metal ones. We have a wide variety of different book stands. And so what I ended up doing is I came over here, and let's say I'm selling a wood one, and actually let's say I'm selling a plastic one. Okay, so let's say I'm selling this this acrylic plastic book stand, and I pull up Cerebro, and I'm looking for keywords, and I see that bamboo stand, laptop stand bamboo. It has some good search. If I go to wood, type in wood, there's probably a lot of search. There's wood iPad stand, iPad stand wood book stand. So there's a lot of keywords that have to do with bamboo and wood. Even though I'm selling a plastic stand, I would still want to try and be shown and ranked for these different keywords. And so I'll show you guys the perfect example of what they're doing. And so I'm gonna take this ASIN right here, and I'm going to plug it into index checker right here. Actually right here, this one right here, I took this ASIN, so I copied this and I put it into index checker. And this is not a wood stand, okay? This is not bamboo, this is plastic, this is aluminum, this is a metal stand. But when I put in the ASIN and I put wood book stand, bamboo wood, they're indexed for those keywords. And the reason that they're indexed for those keywords is because they are smart enough to know that, hey, there's demand for those keywords. And if I can rank and even display PPC or rank on the second page or the third page for those keywords, even though it's not 100% targeted, I could get additional sales. And so that's what this seller is doing. And this seller is smart because they know to target these different keywords and put them inside their listing. And so essentially, to get indexed, you need to have these keywords in your backend search terms, in your bullet points, and in your title. And so that's when I thought I was indexed, because I had all the keywords in my listing and in my bullet points and in my title. But when I checked it, obviously it didn't show. And so that's something that you guys can do is, if you're looking to rank for a specific keyword, check to see, hey, are you indexed? Are you not? And if you're not, then you need to go back, add them to your listing, and start running PPC. And within a day, 24 hours, you should be indexed. And if you're not, then there's probably some sort of issue that happened with mine, and you can create a case with Amazon and say, hey, why am I not indexing for this keyword and this keyword and this keyword? And then they'll give you an explanation. Hopefully they have a better solution. I had to find my own solution on my own, but that is kind of the concept and the importance of indexing. So I'll show you guys the perfect example. So this is not a wood case, but a wood stand, but they are indexed for these wood keywords. So now let's come over to a different product, which is a plastic book stand. And I put in these keywords, and you'll see that they are not indexed for all of them. They are for bamboo, but they are not for wood, bamboo stand, wood book stand. And so if it was me, if I was this seller, I would make sure to throw these in my backend search terms, even though it doesn't make much sense to put them into my title or my description or my bullet points, at least in my backend search terms, so I can be indexed, so I can potentially be running PPC, so I can potentially start organically ranking. May not be on the first page, but even on the second page, I might be able to pick up or scoop up some extra sales. And so this is something that you guys can do. Check your ASIN, and something that you guys will want to do is, let's come over here to this index checker. We'll come over here to Cerebro. I'll get rid of this. I pulled the reverse ASIN lookup on this wood stand. And so there's going to be a ton of different keywords. So there's 867 of them. So there's a lot of them. I'm going to go and export, copy to Frankenstein. I'm just going to take like the top 20 just for sake of time. So I'm going to copy these keywords. This is my main competitor, and I'm going to make sure that I am indexed for these keywords. So I'm going to paste right there. So I pasted all those keywords to see, hey, am I actually ranking, or am I indexed, I should say, for these keywords? So I'll hit check keywords. I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to hit run, and it's going to see which I'm indexed for and which I'm not. So right here, for whatever reason, this one, I am not ranked for everything, but I am right here. So that's not too big of a concern, but for the most part, this seller is indexed for all of these keywords. And I would do that for all 800 of these keywords inside of Cerebro that I just came over to Frankenstein. So I would literally copy all of these keywords. I mean, I can do it. I don't know if it's going to take a long time, but I would copy literally all of these, copy, and then come back to index checker, paste them, and you can check all of those keywords to make sure that you are indexed for each individual one. So that's what you're going to want to do on your listings. Go in and check and make sure that you are indexed for every single keyword that you're trying to rank for, because if you're not, when you run PPC, it's basically doing no good. If you're trying to do different campaigns to rank for different keywords, it's not going to do any good because you are not indexed. You're not searchable. People can't buy your product when they search for these different keywords. So it's super important to make sure that you are indexed. And just some tips on how to get indexed. You want to make sure that they're in your title, your bullet points, or your description. Doesn't need to be duplicates. If you have it in your title, it doesn't mean you have to repeat it 10 different times. If it's in there once, you should be able to be indexed. If you can't fit them, or let's take this example, if it doesn't make sense to put them in your title, your bullet points, or description, then put them in the backend search terms. So you might be selling a plastic book stand, it doesn't make sense to put wood in your actual listing. So put them in the backend search terms, and then you should be able to get indexed. If you're still not indexing for those keywords, then you're going to want to run PPC campaigns directly targeted towards those specific keywords. So you'll run them for a few days, and literally within 48 hours, you should be able to come back to Index Checker, check those keywords, and you should be indexed for those keywords. And literally it's taken me like 5 minutes. There was one time where I wasn't indexed for a certain keyword. I went in and changed it. Literally a couple minutes later, it showed that, hey, I was indexed. So that's something that you're going to want to do. Check all your listings. Don't waste money. You're literally wasting money pushing PPC, pushing different marketing campaigns towards your product if you are not indexed for your main keywords. Again, the end goal with Amazon is to organically rank. That is where the money is at. That's how to make the most money on Amazon. And if you guys are not indexed, if you're not searchable, it's physically impossible to have your product displayed for those different keywords. So that's the big mistake that I made. It was silly, but at the same time, it was kind of complicated, because I didn't quite understand what was going on. If you guys are having similar issues, you guys can create a case with Amazon. Hopefully they give you a response. And if not, look at different things that might not be lining up. And so that's what I did. My categories were not lining up from Seller Central to what was displaying on Amazon. I was like, well, this doesn't make sense. And so that's when I reported the case. Things got literally resolved within seconds. Like as soon as they were like, oh, like, yes, thank you for letting us know, they fixed it. And then sure enough, I started indexing for all those keywords. So I hope that you guys learned something. If you guys did, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. Your guys' support means the world. And if you guys do not have Helium 10 yet, go get it. The link will be down below. You guys can get 50% off. These tools are amazing. If you guys want to see more videos like it, let me know in the comments, but this is something that not a lot of people talk about, and I hope that I taught you guys something new. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope that this saves you a lot of money like it costed me. Like it cost me a ton of money, and I wish I would have saw a video like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Anyways, that is it for today. All the links will be down in the description, and we will see you in the next video.